Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray edition of The Last Duel. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guy 365. Okay, The Last Duel is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Disney. It comes in a standard slipcover edition, which is available at all your local and online retailers. Now, as far as the film itself, I am a big fan of director Ridley Scott. In fact, he's one of my favorite directors. And whenever he puts out a movie, I'm there. It's an automatic go watch for me, and honestly, he's one of the few filmmakers today that really puts out some great quality, epic stuff, and he has such a talent, behind the camera. I'm just really a fan of everything the man does. And of course, the film also stars Adam Driver, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Jodie Comer. There's so many great actors in this one, and while the film itself, I would say, runs a little bit on the long side, to tell its story properly, I think the runtime is, warranted here. It kind of has a little bit of a Rashomon vibe to it, so if you're familiar with that classic movie, you definitely know what you're in for in this, in more or less a medieval setting. So yeah, I am a big fan of it. It's beautiful, directed. There's a lot of great, cinematography. Acting, it's just, the story is really compelling. I would encourage you to see it. If you're a fan of the director, you've probably seen it already. But yeah, I would check out The Last Duel. It's well worth your time. All right, we're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio in just a moment. But first, let's do a quick unboxing. Okay, we have the 4K Ultra HD slipcover edition of The Last Duel. It's a nice artwork, nothing too out of the ordinary. So I like it, works. And then we have the back. Spine, interior, and some minor artwork. Yeah, overall, nice presentation. Now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. The Last Duel on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has a 239:1 aspect ratio. It is finished at a 4K digital intermediate with HDR10 for the grading. The movie was shot digitally and the presentation is very clean. For the film's color palette, director Ridley Scott implemented a cooler blue tone throughout the movie, not unlike his previous film, Kingdom of Heaven. So the HDR grading is a little bit more reserved in this area. Outdoor scenes are mostly overcast, so you're not going to get bursts of color in landscaping such as grass or trees, and the only time that color really seems to just stand out are interior scenes where characters are lit up by candlelight. Skin tones look very warm and natural, and crowns and jewelry, clothing, they also benefit in that area. Black levels look excellent in this release with HDR. Those dimly lit interior scenes look fantastic, contrasting the lighting sources, which in this case is usually a flame or a candle, and no detail is lost here. It looks really well done. The same could be said for darker nighttime scenes. They're appropriately deep, no issues of black crust or elevation in either case. The extra bit of detail is very noticeable in this 4K presentation. Skin textures and facial features look fantastic. Matt Damon's character, his very haggard look, his cuts and bruises, scars, facial imperfections, they're all there on display. And the same can be said for clothing and armor. It looks really more well defined. Also, the king's crown, it looks particularly more ornate here, and just the general aesthetics throughout the film are nicely presented here in 4K. The Last Duel on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a Dolby Atmos audio presentation. This being a historical drama, there are a few battle scenes presented throughout the movie, told from different perspectives, and they add a little bit more dynamic energy. A lot of the movie is reliant on ambient activity, and I think for the most part, the Dolby Atmos does a great job in that regard. Dialogue in the center channel is clean and clear with no issues to report at any given moment. The front speakers are also equally impressive. They sound good, complementary to the center, and they do a wonderful job. Mid-level and rear speakers, there's a good amount of ambient activity, as I mentioned, occasional musical cues, but when the battle scenes kick in, there's a good dynamic feel to it. It pulls you into the movie, and it offers a nice surround sound environment. And the height speakers are used both in a complementary as well as discrete fashion. There's a good amount of sequences, especially with the battles, that really highlight the heights, and they offer also some good ambient activity as well. And the LFE channel, it packs a bit of a punch. I will say the highlight for me, besides the battles, is the one-on-one fight between Matt Damon and Adam Driver's character. You get some hard-hitting, like, thump, and it really kind of reverberates in your seat, but without being too aggressive. I really enjoy the LFE implementation here, and I think it has a good energy. For the picture quality, I'm going to give The Last Duel on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray an A-. The image quality here definitely does not disappoint. While the movie is not really colorful, the HDR grading does a good job enriching whatever color there is. Black levels are nearly perfect, and the increase in resolution is a very welcome enhancement. The movie looks really good on 4K Ultra HD, so if you're a fan of the film, pick this one up. For the audio mix, I'm going to give this one an A- as well. Considering this is technically a Disney release and we all know how low level their audio tracks can be, their usual sound mixing guy must have had the day off. This is actually a very good, robust, energetic surround sound environment. There's a good amount of activity both in ambient and action. It's all rendered very well and it makes for a very pleasing Atmos experience. So that is my review of The Last Duel on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. If you're interested in picking this up for yourself, I will leave an Amazon link in the comments section. If you use it, it really helps out the channel. But if you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.